Pictures English Country, English book to read today. Then, Dirty Birdie, Royal Story, and we came into story for Dirty Birdie, Royal Story, Chapter 4, and the end of Chapter 5. Oh, there is no more chapters. So, tomorrow we'll be reading Wedding Story. Isn't it fun? And one more time, start the reading medicine. Dirty Birdie Pan Story. Oh, there is not a fan story right now. It's a fame story. Dirty Birdie Fame Story, Chapter 2, and the end of Chapter 3, okay? And are you ready for these two book and two stories? Here we go! First I can read Dirty Birdie. Fame Story. Chapter 2. Bertie sat in the dressing room reading Cold Be Cold. We would show the Nicky Slim Ball. Nick in action will be so good, Ben with him, to play Arthur Sugar. And the room was empty slowly as one by one a children was called on stage and hour went by. Bertie was in only the left in the dressing room. Bertie, said the lady with the clipboard. Mrs. Lavish will see you now. Removed a finger and bet an Arthur Sugar pick his nose all the time. And Bertie stood in the middle of the stage, squeezed on his photos, and has never been at the stage before in continually solo. So this would be very, very embarrassing. And it's a squirrel, and Bertie clapped nervously. And Mrs. Lavish looked it up. Hello, dear, and you are? Bertie, said Bertie. Lovely. And what are you going to sing for us? And I do anything. It's from Oliver, said Bertie. I know where this is from, dear, said Mrs. Lavish, peering over her glass. She raised up her finger. Come with the piano, then. Mrs. Plank played alternate bars on the piano, and Bertie turned it and walked off stage. Where are you going now? Cried Lavish. Come back. You say, come with the piano, said Bertie. I can't come. And if I'm still here, I meant come and singing. Come in with the music. Oh, said Bertie, which doesn't say in the meant. And Mrs. Lavish nodded nearly. And Mrs. Blink, let's try again, shall we? The piano played. Bertie took a deep breath and opened the mouth. To his horror realized that words had gum that glared out of his head, and he had touched them a million times, but he mind was taller plank. Anything anyway, hoping the words would come back to him. Ain't anything anything cost you anything Mrs. Lavish mouth her fully open. Wherever Bertie was singing wasn't true, his hands was stopped on a beautiful chariot with Bertie pulled on, belonged any word he could remember. Dear, anything, and anything. Stop, and Mrs. Lavish waving her hands. Stop, stop, stop. Bertie stopped. He waiting for Mrs. Lavish was clapping. True. He had Mrs. out, one or two for the words. But no one say he hadn't sung out. He bet no one else sung us out quiet as well at his hand. And Mrs. Lavish took up her glasses. Thank you, Billy. That was lovely. But I'm afraid I have all the children I need. Bertie blinked. Oh, but thank you so much for coming. Bertie sniffed up his nose. You don't want to offer Duger, he said. And Mrs. Lavish shook his hands. No, dear. We have ours to go already. No, Nick waved Bertie from behind the stage curtain. which I told you so, smile on his face. And I could sing something else, offered Bertie. I know lots of songs. No, no more, please, said Mrs. Lovey tersely. Run on now. Bertie dug up his hands in her pockets. Trail off. And Mrs. Lovey said, glanced over and whispered something in his ear. Wait a minute, dear, she said. Bertie back on insect. Yet it was very small part of your yet cast, said Mrs. Lovett. Yes, said Bertie. Well, it's really needed duck. A duck? Said Bertie. Yes, our customers later. Small, but you think about right size. Do you know what about sink? Me? Said Bertie. Play a duck? Yes. If we wouldn't mind, my Bertie's eyes shone. It wasn't a dream come true. Bertie had sing very, very, very good, but is not a singer like Nick team. But why is it Bertie? Dreams come true. And now, chapter 3 right now. I turn with story for chapter 3 and the end of chapter 4. Okay? And one more time, start the reading about 7:30 Bertie. Royal story. Chapter 4. Bertie let Crooks and lick and took a crumbs of his hand. You like ducks? Asked the man. Yes, replied Bertie. Do you? I couldn't stand him. Smelly, yappy things. One told him of it. Can I? Bertie took his hands from and met. Who thinks of Black Mole, Bolly, Molly, Vicky, Gory, and Jimmy floats around his legs? They haven't had a walkless yet, said his man. I could take them, said Bertie. I'm not doing anything. The man considered. Okay, but just around the garden, but kept them off his lead. And Bertie sat up. He was used to taking it away for walks with his 5-sided. Croaks was a lot more trouble. They pulled him a different decoration than hats. And they got tangled under her feet, and he got crossed. The land pressed in the Queen's Garden Party. Oops, Bertie stormed over the tent. Wash! The golden sprinkler came on and sprang with gates and water. Oh, replied Bertie, laying on the dog's legs. And free last, the girls blew through the flower and they raced across the yard. No, come back! Yelled Bertie as they handed for our door and this white tent. And then he chased after them, but the Bertie was still and flew. But as Richard at his hand to his terrible noise, woof, crash, tangle, trunk, and Bertie both by way drove and their quarreled. And they started and Harold, the waiter, will be lying on the floor, surrounded by the broken cups and the plates, and 5 black little crooks were slamming over him. Looking up, cream a little cupcake. Crumbs, said Bertie. The Bertie was full and silent. The water screamed and bellowed and the lady in the blue hat. Your Majesty, I almost hear sorry, he said. Bertie grasped up. Your Majesty? Then the lady in the blue hat was the Queen? Why hadn't anyone warned him? He told her Bertie was blooming. And her legs is loose broken. Her best place is probably shaken off. The Bertie was turning it out of his raised eyebrows. Ah, she said. Said that, do you have to stay yourself? Bertie groped and is low. Your Majesty, did you like seen in a photo? The following Monday, Bertie's friends was waiting for him in the playground. He hadn't forgot to regulate his ropes, so sat there in the house or party. Did you see the places? Said Egwin. And they meet your majesty? Said little Nick. And Bertie waited for him to stop laughing. Actually, I did, he said. We had a good chat. Later, said Nick. You're making it up. Am I? Said Bertie. And he reached into the pocket and wiped out the photo. Nick stirred it. His mouth fell off and he turned white and green. You can keep it if you like, said Bertie. I got lots. And now the end of reading Dirty Birdie Royal Story, and tomorrow we're reading for Dirty Birdie Wedding Story. And tomorrow we start for Dirty Birdie Wedding Story Chapter 1 and the end of Dirty Birdie Wedding Story Chapter 2, okay? And now, did you have fun? You read some books, you'll come back with some better books, and yes, goodbye, and a book children will be goodbye too. Dirty Birdie Royal Story will be bye-bye for now. And tomorrow we'll see Dirty Birdie Wedding Story to read. And Dirty Birdie and Susie and his parents will be seen tomorrow. And some of the kind of wedding story will see tomorrow again. And Dirty Birdie Wedding Story will be reading tomorrow. And it will be very, very fun to read. And these two book and two story will be bye-bye for today. And two book and two story will be see tomorrow again, okay? And don't forget to thumbs up my YouTube and bye.